going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel, Ding Dong Vision here. So today's episode, part 1, I'm going to work on the 1/18 scale car drama build, paint booth. I've decided to call it the paint booth special because I had a quick look on YouTube and I've not seen anybody else build one before. So if I haven't built one, my channel will be the first. And if it is the first, I better make sure it's awesome. Anyway, if you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, make sure post notifications on so you don't miss out on the next ones, which will be part 2, 3, 4. You know the drill, YouTube. Because when I get to that magic 1000, I'm going to be building the diorama and giving it away. So with you guys and girls' help, I'll get there. Thank you very much. So we'll put the crack on with this now. So what I've got here is 12mm board that I'm going to use for my base. I've also got another two 12mm boards, two 6mm boards and one 9mm board. This is before, I've always liked to use the 12mm boards, something's always for the base, something's for the roof, and I always use 6 for the sides. Because it's 12mm thick, once I route in there, at least half of it's 6mm, and I slide this in and glue it, it's absolutely solid. But if I done like 6 and 6 and I try to route out of that and put that in there, it might end up being quite flimsy. And I prefer to make these out of wood to make it nice and strong. I don't use foam board, I don't use wood, cardboard or plastic or nothing like that. I like to use wood with the glue and try and makes them really sturdy and strong. That's how I like to build my dioramas. Anyway, so that's the idea with that. So to recap, what I'm going to be doing is I'll use the car here, prop. And you can imagine the paint booth will be like that. So I've got to figure out the size. I might even actually put it at an angle. Not decided yet, because I said I don't do any sketches, I just run it off my head as I'm going along. So once I do something, I run with it. So what I'm going to do is if I do it from the side angle, like that, the next door will be the paint mixing station, and then this area will be the body shop and mechanics area. And I've got some props here, as you can see there, which I'll bring the camera in and let you see what I've got. Come over here, these are some of the things that I bought for it. As you can see, got some of the guys there to work on at the body shop, the welders, the cutters. There's the guy that's got to be doing the paint spraying. There's some guys chilling out. This guy's got to be angle grinding a wing or something off a fender. And some guys are the mechanics. And I've got some tools there. And this is the paint mixing station. As you can see, it's pretty smart that. You've got the mixing station there, you've got the table with the scales, you've got the buckets. Down here, I've got my tins, the standard thinners and Castrol WD-40. Pretty smart. As you come along, I've got a trestle, 2 space heaters, and there's more tools up here that I'll put in the build itself for the mechanics to use. I've also got a 4-poster ramp. Don't know if I'm going to be using that or not. I'm not too sure yet. And just that's the car that's going to be in the spray booth. That's all going to be sanded with paper over the windows to make it look like it's going in for a paint job. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm just getting a quick idea of how I want the booth to be set up. So I want the booth at an angle. As you can imagine, there'll be a ramp coming up to the booth itself. So you come out the car, down the ramp, onto the flat surface, then you can turn around. If I had it straight on, like this area, the car would come off the board, and my garage door is going to be here, coming into the body shop area. So as I said, the booth's going to come out here into an angle, so the car's got plenty of room to turn. This area here is going to be the paint mixing station. There'll be a door in here, and I'll make a nice little room here. And this bit here is going to be the body shop. I might fit the lift in the corner, should have enough room. And so what I'm going to do now is go right the sides, right the rear. I'm not going to make it that high, I might make it about this height. I'm not making it like, normally I make stuff about this high, but I'm not making a box as such. I'm just going to have a roof, but it's going to have little struts in it. It's not going to be a solid roof. So that's what I'm going to do, route these in, and then I'll leave it overnight to dry with the glue, and then I'll pick it up from there for tomorrow. So there you go, guys, as you've seen, I routed both sides and the rear. I took it down 5mm, slotted the wood in, I put some tape on the back just to hold it just now, and I've cut this board. As you've seen, it was 610, which is roughly 2 foot width, like here. So what I've done was I made it a foot high all the way around. I don't want to be really high garage, so I made a foot all the way around. So basically I can utilise one piece of wood, you know, one for the rear and then 2 halves on the side, so you save yourself some wood. So you just to work out how high you want it to go. I've got the car here because I'm going to work on a garage door. So I mean there's plenty of room here to build a garage door. Just to give me a rough idea, so we've got my garage door here and you've got the workshop area with the body shop here and display booth here, so I want my garage door at this side, not at that side. So I'll start working on now and I'll cut out the garage door before I glue all this down. That's what I'm going to go on with now. You can see, nearly ready to get it glued. Got the garage door cut, as you've seen before. I had a pencil mark here, but I've made it a little bit bigger because if you looked at the last model I made, the garage door, I've got a 90-degree like plastic runner for the garage door to slide in. So I lose about half an inch on both sides as well as the top. So even then, take half an inch off of there. I've still got plenty of room for a car to go through. And then I'm going to put these fans, like you can imagine, like in a sort of workshop, you've got the working fans. So these are going to be going up here somewhere to decide where. And then I'm going to cut them now before I glue it. It's going to be a lot easier than once it's glued. Try to tip it up and get the jigsaw on. So I'm going to do that now. And I've got a base. I have to wire them in both together with the little speed sensor I bought, so I can slow the fans right down because they spin too fast at the moment. But this will slow them right down, and I'll cover them maybe like in silver with some like black speckle like dust, and you'll be able to see them spinning nice and slow. Should look pretty cool. So what I'm doing now is deciding where I'm going to put them. So obviously I've got the thing kind of mocked up where it's going to be, and I doubt I'm too high or I doubt I'm far too low.